Now I'm very close to the point where I turned back yesterday. Even look at my ice axe, it's buried. Did you know that between Monaco and Marseille to the south, Lyon and Grenoble to the west, Geneva and Montblanc to the north, and along the Italian borders to the east, did you know that there are 39 French Alp mountain massifs or ranges? Well, I didn't. So join me today as we discover together a massif which I have never been to before, and they say that it overlooks a great mountain valley. Is this true? Let's find out together as I take a 4-hour bus journey into the mountains again. After 4 hours and a half and a bit of motion sickness, I have just made it to the town of La Barcelonnette, which is in the same region of Marseille, however in a different department. So it's a ski town. I can already see a lot of people getting ready to hit the ski stations. So am I. So I'm going to wait for the shuttle bus, which will come in 15 minutes to take me to the ski station, which is called La Sauce, and it's at 1,700 meters, if I'm not mistaken. From there, I have a summit planned for today. So, as usual, as you already know me by now, in my dictionary, there shouldn't be a day wasted. So, I have 4 hours and a half to 5 hours until sunset. So I will try to do this summit, so the trail starts at 1,700 meters and the summit is at 2,700 meters. So as usual, 1,000 meter to climb in 4 hours and to climb up and down. So will I succeed? Let's see. The weather is excellent as usual. I'm really lucky. So I'm going to spend my night here in Barcelonnette, and also I have another summit planned for tomorrow, but more on that later on. So join me as we discover together the valley of Ubaye, which I've heard it's really an underrated one, and hopefully to discover the summit as usual together. I've just made it to the ski station and I've climbed a little bit already. So I'm right now at 1,750 meters and I can roughly see the summit from here. It's going to be a long way, but anyway, the view is amazing. So the summit which I'm going to climb today is actually called the Chapeau de Gendarme. It's at around 2,682 meters, if I'm not mistaken, and it's actually part of the massif of Mercantour, which is actually shared between three regions, or let's say three departments. Two departments in France, which is the Alpes-de-Haute-Provence, and the other one, which is Alpes-Maritime, which extends all the way to Nice and Monaco. And then the third one is an Italian one. Let's see. It's already 1:15 p.m. and yeah, let me start attacking the trail. Actually, this is the summit from here. I don't think it's much visible, but you get the idea. As you can see here, this is the summit. So this is what I'm going to climb today. It doesn't look bad. I guess the path is very clear. I can see it from here, and the view from there should be excellent. Let's see, let's hope, and let me continue the journey. So the reason why this is my first time in this mountain range, Mercantour, is actually because, as I said, it extends all the way to Nice and Monaco. However, accessing that area via public transportation from Marseille is a little bit difficult. Time for an update. So actually I did a small mistake, which is taking a shortcut, and taking a shortcut in the snow means deep snow. So yeah, I was really thinking the snow for the past half an hour, but it's good now. I'm back on track, and I think there are still 600 meters to reach the summit. I would say I'm on the right track. So you can see here the snow tracks, which goes like in a zigzag form. Maybe it's not visible on the camera, all the way to the summit. Yeah, I'm making good progress. Let's continue. And here's an update. So you can see the track is somehow visible in the snow, and there goes the summit. Yeah, it's going to be a nice one, I guess. And then that one is actually, if I'm not mistaken, it's called in French Bec. It's like a rocky summit. Yeah, maybe it's much more accessible from the ridge. So I'm almost on the summit ridge. It's over there, and then yeah, I'll be on the summit ridge. However, I'm going to turn back because it's almost 4 p.m. and it's really freezing, and the snow condition is terrible. I mean, for the last 300 meters I have been really climbing in very deep snow. Let me show you my ice axe and how I'm really sinking in snow. It's very difficult. And also I've lost like 25 minutes because the trail was not really clear, so I was really just yeah, hanging around deep snow, so I've lost the trail as well. It's very difficult, you know, when the snow condition is that bad. So this is the view. That one is over there is Bec. There are two summits, and this is the valley, and Barcelonnette should be over there. It's not visible from here. So yeah, this is the summit as usual. I'm going to turn back just 100 or 200 meters below the summit. Too bad, but it's okay. Safety first. So yeah, and also I forgot to mention that whenever I'm walking on snow, it's actually creating large chunks of snow, which means, if I'm not mistaken, this is a sign of a slab avalanche. I guess this is the technical name. So I better go down as soon as possible because yeah, it's not worth it. That was a terrible trail, I mean, officially, But yeah, again, I don't want to forget that I already arrived late to this town. So yeah, climbing up late in the afternoon is not really good in terms of snow condition, you know, because when the sun heats everything. I have already another summit planned for tomorrow, but maybe I come back to this one and I do it, because in the morning the snow condition would be much better. I hope it would be much icier, so and much more accessible. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, so that was my small adventure for today. And as usual, safety, safety, safety first, especially if you're trekking alone. Yeah. And I've also forgot to mention that I needed to come back quickly as well to take the bus in order to avoid sleeping on the stop. I mean, or walking back home. It's a long way for where I'm staying tonight. Yeah, so I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. So today is day 2 here in Barcelonnette. So I'm just leaving the guest house where I'm staying and heading to the town to take the bus up to the mountains. So I haven't decided yet whether I will be repeating the same summit or try to do the same summit as yesterday or not. And I was just discussing with the owner here at the guest house, and she told me that there was an avalanche earlier this season on the same summit where I'm heading. So let's see. Otherwise, the plan B would be to go to a col or a mountain saddle between two summits, which is high enough to give great views. Let's see. I'll keep you posted. So there it is, Le Chapeau de Gendarme, which I will see if I can repeat today or try to do it today. And that is the call in case the other plan fails. I have asked one of the guys who works here at the ski station. I think he takes care of the slope conditions and all of that. So he told me that compared to yesterday, the snow conditions should be worse, meaning that he was already up there. He told me that you will probably be thinking more uh, compared to yesterday. However, he still told me the avalanche risk is much lower than yesterday. So he told me that probably we're at level 2 today. So he said in general it should be safe just to stay on the ski trail. Yeah. That said, I have just decided to do it again. Hopefully, I'll get to summit. We will see. So now I'm very close to the point where I turned back yesterday. So actually I turned back on that slope, which you can see in the middle. It's sunny, and then the snow condition is apparently just like yesterday. However, I can still use my own traces, which is helping me a little bit to move faster. Yeah, so will I succeed? Let's see next. You can see how much I'm struggling with opening the trail. It's really difficult. Even look at my ice axe, it's buried. So not sure I'm planning to continue. It's already a struggle. Here's an update. So I'm going down, and it's been a struggle really, because I have to be careful not to fall in pits, if you want, between brackets, snow pits. So look, for example, here at the depth of snow, it's almost knee length. So yeah, it's really difficult. I mean, going down sometimes is even difficult than going up, because of all of this, deep snow. And this is the summit, which apparently defeated me twice, but it's okay. Yeah, so let me continue going down safely and getting away from this avalanche terrain. And this is the view for you. And yet another instance of deep snow. Look, it's above my knee. Apparently, I should have taken that route here. Maybe you can see the ski marks, they are still there. So yeah, maybe that one is much easier than the trail which I took, which is this side here. Yeah, all the way here I took that one, so it was really deep snow, so maybe I should have taken the other one. However, still there's no guarantee that walking on these ski marks would be easier, because it could also be deep snow. So this is not the solution. So the solution is really to walk either with snowshoes or with ski. That was my attempt to try climbing Chapeau de Gendarme 2 days in a row, and I failed twice, but it's okay. Anyway, so today I guess I advanced a little bit more than yesterday, and so I guess I quit the trail maybe 250 meters away from the summit. But yeah, safety first. I mean, not only my whole body sometimes was really sinking in the snow, which really take a lot of effort to pull myself up, I mean, from the deep snow. But also, yeah, I spent a lot of time in avalanche terrain, on an avalanche slope. So yeah, I needed to move as fast as possible and take a decision either to continue, which was nearly impossible, or to go down. Yeah. So lesson learned would be actually is to try learning how to ski. So using what we call in French ski de randonnée. So to use the ski to try hiking up and hiking down, which will actually elevate the pressure on the packed snow, or actually just try really snowshoes, which I'm usually against them. But sometimes I mean you can still manage the terrain and the slope and still go up without snowshoes, but sometimes it's nearly impossible. Yeah, maybe it's not the best way to end the year. I mean, I didn't end it on a high note, but it's okay. I mean, I'm still happy on how 2025 went in terms of mountaineering for me. I mean, I've started the year by climbing Mount Musalla, the highest peak in Bulgaria, in February. So it was a classical winter climb. and then I went to climb as well the highest mountain in Norway, Kaldovigen, in June. Even though it was June, but it was really, there was a lot of snow, so I would consider it like a between brackets winter summit. And then I went also to, and I also climbed the second highest peak in Norway, Glittertind. It was also a great climb. And finally, I also climbed the highest peak in Romania, Moldovenue, in September. Even though there was no snow at all, but that one I would consider it really a great achievement because I was able to do it in one day. So we talk about 35 kilometers up and down. I mean, in total, in 13 hours. Yeah. So not to mention, of course, summits here and there in France. Let's see what I'm planning for 2026. I have already a few nice picks on my mind to do. Hopefully starting from February. And now in the forest to enjoy my time and to relax a little bit, even though it's very cold. So I will be blasting one of my favorite atmospheric black metal albums of all time, which is Paid Folklore by Agalok. It really reminds me of this forest, you know, and all this wintry scene. So what's next? So my next trail or my next adventure would actually be on the 1st of January, and it's a tradition that I have been doing. I will be doing it for the third year in a row. Actually, this week, it's a summit near Grenoble, so I'll keep you posted, of course, later on. Yeah, so that was it for this weekend. 2 days in a row. I will let you now enjoy the scenery, and I will see you on the next trail. Have a nice day.